Good afternoon, traveler. In my last video, I promised you that in this one I would show you what to do to get rid of a spiritual hijacker. I also said that the best thing to do is to try to be aware of them and not have them get connected to you in the first place. So I'm going to start this out with telling you a basic way to shield. Now, when you're shielding, you have to believe that it's going to work. And what you do is you can either close your eyes, and sometimes that helps your imagination. But if you're one of those people that you've had bad experiences and you don't want to close your eyes, that's perfectly okay too. Now, what you've got to do on its most basic form for a shield is to imagine yourself surrounded by an impenetrable white sphere, like you're standing in this impenetrable white sphere. And then the spirit won't be able to make a connection to you. Now, what the thing is that this is your will and your intent that is basically holding the spirit off. And that's what you can do in greater forms to remove the spirit too. If this doesn't sound like it's going to work to you, you can imagine even greater things, like maybe your ball of white light has spears sticking out of it, or shooting darts. You can imagine it's a tank. It doesn't have to just be a white sphere. You can imagine almost anything that's protective as long as it's surrounding you and you put the intent into it that it's impenetrable. If you have no faith this will work because it sounds like such a simple technique, or you've never tried it before, then I would do my best that if you become aware of a spirit trying to connect with you, that you get out of the area if you're in a specific area. And if it comes out with you, which is why we sometimes call them hijacking spirits, and it still manages to attach itself to you, then what you're going to want to do is go someplace to get help. Okay? And that'll take us into the next part of if a spirit should actually connect to you. Now, carrying on with what I said before, if you're unsure or unconfident at the point he makes the connection, get help. And the people you want to look for is like a priest or a shaman or somebody else who has dealt with spirits before. So this could sometimes be a medium, a magician, some witches, but anybody who has dealt with commanding spirits out of people and removing spirits. Now, if you are confident in yourself and you know who you are, which is what I've been talking about is the most important key thing, then all you have to do is command the spirit to go. That's how much power you have. I told you, you are a creative spirit with a lot of power. And if you have the intent and you really don't want that spirit there, then you do have the power to drive it out. But you have to believe that. You have to be very firm in your belief before you command a spirit out of you. Now, if you know that the spirit is connected to you and you feel pretty confident that things will work, but you're not confident that you alone can draw the spirit out, then what you need to do is call in some other spirits as backup. And so basically what you want to do is accumulate so much spiritual power around you that it intimidates the hijacking spirit, which would rather have none of it and would take off. Okay? Now, some of those spirits that you can get to help you, and this is why I told you want your spiritual allies. Some of the ones you can call upon would be your house spirit, your genius loci, which is the spirit of place, your gods or goddesses, angels if you work with angels, plants through the things like incense. You might decide that you when you're ready to make the spirit leave, you might make it a little ritualistic. So you might want to burn incense and have some salt around at all times, because salt is always a purifying factor that helps to draw things away. So that in a nutshell is how you get rid of hijacking spirits. It's very simple. Sometimes people will have you believe that it's this complex thing, but it is and it isn't. If you've already dealt with your inner demons, you're already comfortable with who you are, you've already kept up your own power base, and you know that you're a creative spirit that has the right to command as far as within yourself. You are in charge of your body, and nothing can penetrate your aura, your body, your mind, unless you allow it to. And if you understand that you're that kind of creative spirit, then all you have to do is command a hijacker to go away. Once again, I'll push the point strongly. If there's any uncertainty at all, if you don't trust yourself to either remove the hijacker, then definitely get help. And if you opt to walk away from a situation where you think there is a hijacker, just make sure that it didn't come home with you. See my earlier videos to some of the symptoms that'll let you see that a hijacker is on you. But just basically, to run over them again, it's anything. If you start doing things that are strictly not you and you don't understand why you're doing them, there's a good chance you could have a hijacking spirit. If you become real depressed or angry and there appears to be no reason for it, again, there's the possibility of a hijacking spirit. Okay? So that's what I've got for you today. Stay away from hijacking spirits as much as you can. If you come in contact with them, and there's a chance you will in this world. If you do, know how to take them away. Have confidence in yourself. Build your own spirit first, which is what I tell you all the time. It's the most important keystone to anything you do, to your evolution, to your knowledge, to your survival, and your being able to exist and ally with your other spirit networks. So this all comes from my heart to yours, traveler. I thank you for your time today, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.